a bantha was suddenly devoured by the Krayt dragon, and then it vanished without a trace. And this Krayt dragon came to raid the town once every week, which left Town Marshal Cobb greatly troubled. To deal with the monster, Cobb hoped to join forces with Djarin to kill it, and promised to give him the Mandalorian armor once the job was done. Djarin thought it was a fair deal, so he agreed to go with Cobb to scout the monster's lair. Just as they were about to reach their destination, a terrifying roar made them stop in their tracks. They quickly raised their rifles and prepared for battle, but it turned out the sound came from a pack of massives. Just as Cobb was about to open fire, Djarin boldly walked forward and began to communicate with the creatures in a friendly manner. It turned out that Djarin was an old acquaintance of the Tusken Raiders, the Massive's masters, and the Tuskens also wanted to slay the monster, so they decided to join forces and headed to the cave together. They tried to use a bantha as bait to lure the monster out, but when they finally saw its full form, everyone was stunned by its massive size, and the Tusken who had led the bantha forward also ended up as the monster's prey. It was clear that a frontal attack could never defeat the monster, so they gathered more people to prepare for battle. First, they buried a massive amount of explosives at the cave entrance, ready to detonate as soon as the monster entered the trap. Then, they set up heavy ballistae at the entrance and stood guard. Once all was ready, 3 brave Tuskens went to the cave to lure the monster. The piercing sound soon attracted the monster, and the 3 Tuskens quickly retreated. The archers from a distance fired their bolts, trying to lead it into the explosive trap. Unexpectedly, the monster retreated back into the cave. The crowd hurriedly threw incendiary bombs to enrage the monster. Yet, unfortunately, things only grew worse. The monster was not only incredibly strong, it also spewed acidic bile at the fighters. Those who failed to escape in time died instantly. Fortunately, Cobb seized the moment and detonated the explosives. Just when they thought the monster had been killed, it suddenly burst out from the top of the mountain. Terrified, everyone scrambled to flee. In the chaos, Cobb and Djarin flew to its side in their armor, firing their rifles furiously. This quickly caught the monster's attention, and it lunged at them with its gaping jaws. Luckily, the 2 of them dove to the ground in time to escape. Just as they were searching for the monster's whereabouts, it suddenly erupted from behind them. Everyone panicked and scattered in fear. To defeat the monster, Djarin told Cobb to fire a rocket to draw the monster's attention.
I got its attention! Now what?
You still have that detonator?
Take it! What's the plan?
No sooner had he finished speaking than Djarin triggered Cobb's jetpack, while Djarin stood motionless before the monster, facing it alone. In an instant, the monster lunged forward and swallowed Djarin, along with the bantha loaded with explosives. Moments later, the monster disappeared underground, but just then, the ground began to shake violently once again. The monster burst out of the earth once more, and to everyone's amazement, Djarin flew out of its mouth completely unharmed. An instant later, a massive explosion erupted from within, finally killing the monster that had plagued the town for 10 years. Afterward, Cobb kept his word and handed the Mandalorian armor over to Djarin. However, Djarin did not know that this was the very same armor once lost by Boba Fett. Later, Djarin set off on his journey again with the armor in hand, and by sheer coincidence, his silhouette was seen by Boba from afar. From that moment on, the wheels of fate between them began to turn.